Welcome to Brat 08 for the Salute Products Spartan Tactical Target. It was
awesome to shoot. We shot it with anything we could think of. It held up to shotgun, handgun, rifle.
Oh yeah, everything.
I can't think of the calibers we shot it with.
This afternoon we're actually shooting it with a Browning A5 12 gauge using slugs at about 15 yards.
It held up.
Yeah, it was loud, but yeah, it held up. We were slamming those swinging portions very, very, very intensely. I'll say it was quite dramatic, but it was excellent.
And unfortunately, we didn't have any YouTube comments, but there were a couple on the Truth About Guns, so we're going to address those.
I'm not actually looking for comments right now. I'm playing Candy Crush.
I know one of the comments was something about the weight of the target.
Yeah, it was by B-Dub.
I'm pretty sure on Salute's product website it said 30 pounds, but our unscientific way of measuring each part was step on the scale, get a base reading, then step on the scale with each part. And we found that the connector piece was 3.4 pounds. The actual body with the swinging parts was 29.8 pounds. The base that lays on the ground was 13.4 pounds. And the stand was 5.6 pounds, which brings it to a total of 52.2 pounds.
So it's definitely a lot heavier than 30 pounds. Although yeah. I'm assuming that on the Spartan or on Salute Products website, they
incorrect as well. So
she may, and in fact, actually weigh 140 pounds. But probably not, unless she's just solid muscle. But I'm guessing what it was is on the Salute Products website. They were probably just weighing the actual Spartan itself, and not any of the accessories, even though they are required. Well, I guess not technically required. You can always just pound the thing in the ground, but I don't think it would work very well.
And even though it weighs that much, when it's broken up like that, for like traveling purposes, it's awesome. It might take you 2 trips because the pieces are kind of
awkward. Yeah.
Yeah, awkward.
I mean, the two of us can move it fairly easily from the car to the range, and we're driving a little Honda Accord, so yeah, we're really cool guys. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty easy to relocate the thing.
Yep.
Let's see, the other one is Tom in Oregon, which I've seen him comment a couple times. And he says, buy once, cry once. Great saying. I'm pinging away the same at some other brand steel 20 years later. You just can't go wrong with steel quality targets or good quality steel targets, and definitely. Forever, I have bought some of like the sponge ones, the reusable. There's no such thing as a reusable target that's not steel. I mean, it's
gets beat up really quick.
Oh my god! I mean, I've a couple of them I had was like, oh, can we stand up to a 50 cal? And we shot it with my good friend and I shot it with a 9mm Glock and shredded it in 2 boxes of ammo. So maybe they meant like a single 50 cal if it grazed it, but that's not very that's rather disingenuous of them. Yes. Let's see. Six Pack said, I need something like this. Paper targets at the local range are slow, as the review describes. After I sighted my weapon, using paper is really not needed. Yeah, I mean, other than trying to practice getting really tight groups, if you want instantaneous, feedback as to whether or not you manage to score a hit, nothing works as well as steel, aside from explosive targets, but they're a lot more expensive.
One-time use as well.
Yeah, very much so. Let's see. TCBA Joe mentioned that he loves using frangible ammo so he can shoot at those sphincter tightening distances we mentioned in the review. Maybe so. We didn't have any really to try it out on. That's not true. I had some 9mm I could test it on, but I was already as close as 5 yards, and so I wasn't that worried. It was when we got to like the 308s and the 223s and the 7.62 39s that I was like, this is a little too close for me. I mean,
too close for comfort.
Definitely. But on a side note, if any of you guys ever try this out, don't use steel shotgun ammo on the thing. I never did. I think that's pretty common sense, but I know if I don't say anything, some idiot's gonna hurt himself, and
can never be too safe either.
And good luck suing me. I don't have any money. Let's see. Dyspeptic Gunsmith said, sounds interesting. And by the way, Dyspeptic Gunsmith is awesome. He wrote a really, really detailed post on Model 10 last time.
Oh, okay.
And thanks for that. And he asks, how much does the heaviest piece weigh? Someone, for instance him, has to hump the sort of thing back and forth to the range.
Heaviest piece would be the body, which was 29.8 pounds.
Just, not a cakewalk, but it's not terrible.
Yeah.
And one guy, Steve B, said he's had one for a year. And, let's see, for his birthday last December, it was awesome. It is not lightweight, but it's very robust. So one would expect it to be a little on the heavier side to stand up to the heavy calibers and high velocity rounds at both close and long range. That being said, for those who might be worried about carrying it back and forth to the range, it completely breaks down into 4 pieces and can be stored in your car trunk, laying completely flat without taking up any space. I keep mine in the bed of my pickup. Highly recommended. Agreed. Even in our little Accord, you can. If we had a Civic or even a
Accent.
or a Kia, yeah, you could get this thing in your car, no problem. You might want to put down some old blankets first because it will get dirty and it will get covered in lead splash.
Yes.
Let's see. Not So Leet says, would love something like this, love being extremely emphasized. But most public ranges in my area are pretty strict, and there's only one I can think of that might possibly allow this sort of thing. I really need to join an actual gun club or buy a farm. Anyone know of a good club? And with a decent range in central Indiana? I do not. I've never been to Indiana, unfortunately. Sounds like fun. I'm with you on the farm thing, and I'm looking for the same thing, actually. So if you want to go up on a co-op, I'll meet you half and half, but you have to move to South Carolina. Let's see. And then Defense, which I'm guessing is a reference to Falling Down. Awesome movie. As someone who hasn't dealt with these large steel silhouettes before, what is the lead splash like? Is it a pain to wipe off? I'll be lugging this thing in the back of the same SUV I drive my 2-year around in, so it's something I've been curious about. The lead splash is
Very
not
minimal.
It's not terrible. If you're using a shotgun, it gets everywhere.
That's true.
As far as containing the lead, I think your best bet, instead of trying to wash it off, because that'll take you a very, very long time, and you basically it'll be frivolous. It won't really do much. I would say your best bet is to hit it with some kind of Krylon paint and just seal the lead in there. And then don't let your 2-year-old bite the target, and you should be okay. It sounds like a snarky comment, but really, the only way you're going to get any sort of lead contamination once it's been sealed in with a good paint is by eating it. Right, your kid would have to have a set of chompers to get through this target.
Yes.
But thank you guys, and if you like, then like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our newest video we did for KVAR. And
oh yes, it's a good one.
It's pretty awesome. I may have won first place. I did, and it's excellent. And if you guys want to take a peek at that, I'm sure it's right here, or maybe it's here. It's in one of the bottom corners. Might be the top corner. I don't know. Take care, guys.
Have a safe and happy Halloween.